Good evening, friends in the world. This side CA Rahul Gupta from India. We will be telling about the market news of all over the world, what is happening in which country and which country you should invest in for the near future so that your money can increase. Please be noted that this channel is only and only for educational purposes only. And if you want to invest, if you want to make investment in any of the countries, you should consult your financial advisor for that. So let's start with the UK news. Right now, we are getting some news from the UK that their retailers are facing tough time as many of them are on the verge of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy means they are unable to meet out their expenses from their sales. So what is happening? They are not having the money to pay off the salaries. So what is happening? They are laying off their employees because they are not able to generate so much sales which is required to meet out their expenses. Let's check out the companies. The following companies have filed for bankruptcy. Matches, it's a UK fashion brand. Then we have Joann Inc. and Ted Baker. They all have filed for bankruptcy that they are unable to meet out their expenses from their sales. Now, there will be major layoffs in these companies, which in turn increase the unemployment in the country. Okay. Now, experts are telling the major reason for these bankruptcy are difficult macroeconomic environment. Difficult macroeconomic environment. What does that mean? Due to COVID and due to Russia-Ukraine war, the inflation have increased and which have led to reduced discretionary consumer spending. Consumers are spending only on the necessary items. Consumers are not spending on the luxury items, which in turn gives a better profits to the retailers. Now, what is happening? There's a reduced discretionary consumer spending, higher interest rates. Banks are charging higher rate of interest because inflation in the country is increasing. Disappointing Christmas season. This year, Christmas has given them a sales increase of only 1.7% in December last year, December 2023, which is down for which is about 7% a year earlier. That means in December 22 they have a their sales have increased their sales have increased by 7% last year in December 22, but this year it grew only by 1.7%. So that's the reason why they are unable to meet out the expenses. They must have spent it heavily on advertisements as well on that particular time because Christmas is the must season for them. These companies have sought rescue financing. What does that mean? Means they have set the banks to rescue us and give us some amount of money so that we can sustain in the market. These companies have all sought rescue financing or had restructured their debts. For example, their debts might have an EMI of 50,000 rupees a month. Now they are saying to the bank, reduce our EMI to 20,000 rupees per month and increase the period. So they have restructured their debts. What are the name of the companies? Express Inc, Big Lots of Inc, 99 cents only, and many more. And there are many more companies which I have not listed in the list. So what you can do in these circumstances to restructure debt as sales lagged way behind their expenses. Obviously, their sales are way behind their expenses. Consumers are avoiding discretionary items which are not necessary. They are avoiding those items. They are avoiding the purchase of those items and only buying what they essentially need, what is required to maintain a livelihood. For example, they might not be purchasing new cars. They might not be purchasing new curtains. They might not be purchasing new anything which is required to being alive. They are buying only the basic items which they require for their daily livelihood, which carries a lower margin for the retailers. The essential items does not give a better margin to the retailers. Now they are not able to generate margins. They are not able to perform they are not able to pay off their salaries. So what you can do is consider India. You can consider investing into India. India is an emerging market. As all of the world knows right now, India is not going to face any recession in the near future. It is not expected, I will say. It is not expected that India will face recession in the upcoming years, because India is having a very solid market. You can consider investing into India. We will be happy to help you. We are leaving with our mobile number of the office in the description box. You can get in touch with us and consider investing in India. This is CA Rahul Gupta signing off from India. Jai Hind and a happy day. Thank you.